Alright, so if you've never seen any videos from my channel, what I do is I build custom cars in my driveway. And my son helps me pretty often. He loves cars, he loves everything about cars, and he really loves cars toys. So one of the things I wanted to give him for Christmas this year was a custom Hot Wheels car designed by me. So what I did is I went and picked up some Hot Wheels that I liked. Okay. So I was trying to keep these hidden. I'm doing a build. Let me see this one, bud. And my son found the Hot Wheels that I'm going to use, and so we're going to go ahead and open them now. I plan on doing it when I built the whole thing, but we'll open them now, and then I'll put them together into something kind of wild later. Which one you want to open? That one? Good taste, dude. This is what we're starting with. This is our base. It's an R30. You're welcome. I'm gonna do this one. And this one I just got because I love the motor. Dual carb motor, just massive. The wheels are huge. Exhaust is huge. It's awesome. So. And it wouldn't be a built car without some massive arrows. So I got a car with a spoiler and a giant splitter. I don't know if I'm going to use them, but I figured it was worth a shot. So my thought is to get the engine and exhaust from this one, the arrow from this one, and the body from this one. Probably the wheels from this one as well. Since I'm going with a big engine, I feel like I need massive wheels. And put it all into this R30. Make like a American hot rod version of this car. But for now, we're going to be playing with them. You ready? Okay, cool. Let's go play. I've never built a Hot Wheels car before, so I'm going to try to keep it fairly simple. One, for me, so that I can actually end up with something cool. And two, for you guys, if you're wanting to do this at home, it's getting very close to Christmas, so I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible and as good as possible. Now, mine and my son's favorite thing to do right now is play with Hot Wheels tracks.
2, 4, 9, 2, 2.
So the only rule that I really have is it has to be able to roll at the end of this. So I'm going to have to do some stuff to make sure that it still clears the ground and can still roll on a track, because he's definitely going to want to send it down a track whenever he sees it. All right, I think we're ready to go. Let's start taking these things apart. The first thing that we have to do when taking these apart is there's these rivets that they use to hold them together, and you got to drill those out. So you have to find a drill bit that's about the size of these rivets and drill each of them out, and that should break our cars into the pieces that we need. All right, that's one down. So now I kind of have an idea of what I'm doing. What I did is I drilled out these rivets, like I said, and then I have this really small precision flathead, and I'm using that to kind of pull the top of the rivet off, and then the thing just kind of falls apart. Drill a hole down into the rivet, and then you just stick a screwdriver or something inside of there and pry out against it, and the top of that rivet should pop off. All right, so this is our exploded view. Now we've got them all taken apart. It's actually really easy. So as long as you've got a drill that fits those rivets and something to kind of pry the rivets off with, I mean, by the third one, you know, it was so easy. So you've got like a stance build here with it on the ground, and then I'm straight up like muscle build there, which I'm becoming a fan of quickly. All right, so it's gonna be one of these. I know I want to use that. That's the whole reason I bought that car. I know I want to use this, and we may use the Skyline interior. So my original thought, I like this interior is cool because you've got like a driver in the center. I thought that would be a cool thing to have, and it's yellow and bright and very awesome. So I thought that would be cool. This is going to have to, whoops, I'm obviously going to have to make a hole in the hood, so we'll figure that out, but that looks like that's going to work pretty well. I think these are the parts that I'm going to be using for sure. This will be my interior, this will be my motor and exhaust. I'll use one of these chassis, and this will be my body. The next step is going to be just kind of figuring out how this all fits, and also starting to cut with my Dremel tool to kind of get everything to fit together. Before I do that, I'm going to go get a different camera so you guys can see a little bit better. I've got a camera with a lens that works a little bit better for close-up stuff, so I'm going to do that. I'll swap to that, now, and hopefully this works a little better for you guys. The way Hot Wheels axles work is there's these little retention clips in here. You can get a tiny pair of angle pliers and just snip them like that, and then you can remove your wheels. So if we were doing a wheel swap, that's how we do it, and then just super glue them back in. The axle doesn't have to rotate. The wheels rotate on the axle, so you can glue the axle back in and the wheels will still spin. But we're not going to swap the wheels on this one. I do need to get this diffuser off. So I got a black paint pen and I'm gonna use it just to kind of clean up some stuff. The super glue reacted kind of weirdly with like my tires. You can see they're kind of gray and some of the stuff underneath. So I'm gonna use this black paint to kind of clean up some of the weirdness. You can see under here it looks really gray. And the tires, which that may wear off, I don't know. And I've got some polish that I've been using where I got messy with the super glue. I don't work with super glue very often, and so you can see how the window looks real foggy. I'm gonna take some polish to that and kind of work it out a little bit. All right, and the last thing I need to check is the whole goal of this was to have a car that my son could play with. So this is as much track as I could get without him really noticing. So I'm gonna roll this and see if it still rolls like it should. Hopefully it does. and if it does, then we'll call it done and it's ready to go. All right, that is it. This is my brand new Hot Wheels car. It was a super fun project. I've never done this before, and there's a lot of things I would do very differently. Mainly, I would have a better plan of how everything was gonna go back together. But I'm really happy with how it came out. I think it's a really cool looking car. It turned into something like out of Mad Max or something, and so I'm really happy with it. And I think my son's gonna love it, and it rolls really well. It's got a pretty good bit of weight to it. So I think all the extra parts are gonna give it a little more weight, make it roll down the track better. Listen, if you're looking for a cool idea for a gift that you could give to your child or your nephew or your friend's kid or whoever it is that you're wanting to give a gift, this is a cool one. It gives you an opportunity to really build something unique, build something that's from you. This car does not exist anywhere else except for here in my hand. So it'll be something my son can have and that he can play with that only he has because his dad built it for him, and there's something special about that. So it's getting close to Christmas. This did not take a whole lot of time, and you could do it a lot better than me and a lot more simply. But I'm really satisfied with this little bitty toy car. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button and go check out my other videos. I do stuff like this with big cars on a big scale. I'm talking about cutting them up, building spoilers, diffusers, basically everything I've done on this car except for the engine, which we haven't done yet. We do on this channel. So go check out some of my playlists, some of my builds, and you can see how I make that happen on real life cars that work on a day-to-day basis. Appreciate you guys watching this so much. Have a Merry Christmas, and I'll see you soon.